What's up, gamers? We got a short meta update for you this week. It was Valentine's Day weekend, which was celebrated in most of the world, so there were just not that many events. We had 12 players over like 8 events that had guard players, so it was just not that much. However, of those 12 players, we have two lists to show you guys this week. So let's go ahead and get into it. We had it's a good weekend, just a really small weekend. 30 wins, 24 losses, and 6 draws for an overall win rate of 55%. We had an average elo of 1552 and a median of 1539. We had one player who was not on Grizzled this weekend, so I don't know. We're gonna take it pretty easy. There's not a whole lot of new stuff to show you guys. Like I said, I only have two lists to show you, and they're both well-known guard players. The first one, Okeanos Rising, third place by Chatel Andre Liknes, who is Team Norway. It's not Sweden. I'm pretty sure it's Norway. Yeah. Chatel has been playing a lot of AdMech recently, but he's also been on and off guard, so he hangs out in the Discord a fair amount. And he's been playing, or this is a variation on the Doombolt guard. Now that we've been saying, so you have the three Kazarkin, the three Krieg Engineers, but mixing it up a little bit, dropping the second Rogel Dorn Commander that you see in a lot of different variations of Doombolt Guard, and in exchange for those 275 points, he does put in 2 units of 5 Rough Riders for 120, and then a third Sign Command Squad and 5 Signs for 155. Ends up being an exact substitution here, so a much wider version of Doombolt Guard than things that we've seen elsewhere. So, like, if you took the list that I took to West Coast Warbands this last weekend, it is nearly identical, except for the Rogel Dorn Commander. So the Rogel Dorn Commander for the 2 Rough Riders and the Scion Brick, and then the one other change that we saw is the 20 or the 10 Cadians that I took, which I used to just screen my home. Chatel chose to turn that into, what do you call it? 10 Deathcore of Krieg. So the 10 Deathcore of Krieg are a little bit more able to like play aggressive on the board than the Cadians. Um, I don't know if I have a strong opinion between the two of them. The big thing we kind of have to keep in mind is if you end up playing into Pantheon of Woe, you just kind of can't screen your home super well anyway without like something dedicated to screening it. So the 10 Cadians are kind of nice there. It means that you can probably get an extra turn of holding your home objective there as opposed to the 10 Krieg, who generally like to be playing in the midboard a little bit more. But the 3 units of Scions make you very adaptable around the rest of the board. If you are interested in seeing more of Chatel's list in action, they did play on the Veizla YouTube channel, Veizla. It was the final round that he played up against Necron. So Chatel had some really, really big wins here. 90-37 against Ultramarines, 98-31 against Chaos Space Marines, 99-22 against Dark Angels, and 95-63 against Necrons, before losing a pretty darn close game at the final round, where he got a 63-70 against Necrons. And I think that could have pretty easily swung the other way if if a couple small interactions had shifted. But overall, Chatel did a pretty darn good job getting third overall. And I think this had about, I want to say it was about 50 players at Okeanos Rising, so getting third place there with a 4-1. So congrats to Chatel, and we'll see you again soon. The other player that we're going to be showing you guys is Andre Goran. This was in Colorado, I think. So the first one was in Norway. This one is in Colorado, United States. It was a very small event at Hog or HOG Hammer. Andre Goran pretty consistently, 3-2, 4-1. I believe this is the first time I've seen him get a GT win, so congratulations to Andre. And it is worth noting that he did, in fact, go 4-1 at this event, but because it was so small, it was like 18 players, first place was not undefeated. So Andre was playing a bit of a melee skew in a Grizzle company. I'm assuming, I don't know this for sure, but because the recent nerf that we saw to Grizzle company happened really close to this event, I can't imagine that any of the events we were playing with the loss of the reroll ones to wound. So I do think that this list by Andre is probably hit harder than most other variants of Grizzle Guard. Let's go ahead and get into it. It's a two Cadian command squads, one Commissar with Abhuman Detail, a Sun Command Squad Nork Deadog, a Rogel Thorn Commander, 10 Cadians and 10 Catachan, 1 unit of 10 Rough Riders, 2 units of 5 Rough Riders, 2 units of 6 Bulgrin, 1 unit of 5 Rattlings, 1 unit of 5 Scions, and 2 Rogel Thorn Battle Tanks. So you have the 3 Rogal Thorns on there and the 12 Bulgrins, so there is a lot of meat in this list. The really interesting thing to see in this for me is one, there's not a lot of Kazarkin. You are really relying on like your 2 to 5 Rough Riders, unit of 5 Ratlings, and unit of Catachan to kind of do everything you need. You have the Cadian Command Squad probably with Nork Deadog. And then the other Cadian Command Squad with the Commissar and the 10 Cadians are going to be hanging out in the back. I'm not super fond of the Nork Deadog as a replacement for an Ogren Bodyguard in the Cadian Command Squad Ogren Bodyguard because he is significantly less durable than than Ogren Bodyguard because Nork Deadlock does not have an invul save at all. And so the what you'd oftentimes see with the Cadian Command Squad Ogren Bodyguard is that you'd lose the 3 dudes, then you'd lose the officer, and then you start taking saves on the Ogren Bodyguard, and he just wouldn't die because he's 6 wounds, 4 up invuls. I think it's a 6 up feel no pain. Pretty sure it's a 6 up feel no pain. Whereas Nork Deadog, so you oftentimes find yourself with like a wounded Ogre Bodyguard, and then you res D3 guys, and then you would have like, you know, 3, 4 guys for 6 to 8 OC. Whereas the Cadian Command Squad with Nork Deadog, you do have a much stronger punch. Like you actually do way. It's hard to, um, it's hard to describe like how much more damage Nork Deadog really does as compared to the Cadian Command Squad or compared to the Ogre Bodyguard, because the huge knife, the extra strength matters a lot against Marines. The dev wounds means that he punches up way better into like vehicles and things, and he has both the melee and the shooting, whereas the Ogre Bodyguard only is going to have in the Canadian Command Squad usually Bulgren Maul, and then no Ripper Gun. So it ends up being a spot where Nork Dog does do quite a bit more damage, but it comes at the cost of quite a bit of durability. And for the Cadian Command Squad Ogre Bodyguard unit, I really, really value the durability way more than I value the extra damage coming out from Nork. So a bit of an interesting thing there. This list also has a lot of damage because it has the 3 Rogaldorn battle tanks, which will just like there's not a lot of things that 3 Rogaldorns is not a solution for. But it is the 2 to 5 Rough Riders, the Ratlings, and then the Catachan they're going to be running out as your early screens. Then you have the Bulgrin, and then you have the Rogaldorn battle tanks to clean things up immediately afterwards. So overall, going 4-1, Andre did beat Ultramarine 7461, beat I believe it was the I believe he beat Scintillating Demons 7666, lost to Demonic Incursion 6592, which I'm a little bit surprised about. I have to imagine it was like either an undercommitment into some of the big demons or just getting scammed, which sometimes does happen because 3 Rogaldorn Battle Tanks should very consistently be chewing its way through all the demons. So maybe he got caught off by like a Rapid Ingress with like Bloodthirst or something, lost a Rogaldorn. Like if you lose the Rogaldorn commander in a way you're not expecting, then it can get pretty bad pretty quick. He gets a win 75-56 into Death Guard, and then a win 81-70 into Dark Angels. So that's it. Those are the only 2 lists I have to show you guys. It was a very small weekend, but like I said, Chatel is one of the Team Norway players. Has been on the Vesa screen or stream. They were calling him like Grandpa, competitive 40k Grandpa or something like that. So very staple player over in the Norwegian scene. And then Andre, who's been a known player, strong in the middle of the United States. So overall, really good stuff for both of them. A 3rd place for Chatel, a 1st place for Andre Goran, and that's it. I don't have a whole lot more for you guys. Other quick notifications again, if you're just in the Discord, hit me up on Reddit or on Discord. If you are in any like the big community Discords, I am probably in one of those Discords. I should not be very hard to find. I'm also pretty easy to find on Reddit if you do that. Just be aware, I have been getting a lot of spam recently. There's just been a lot of bots sending me random stuff, so I don't respond to you right away. Just try again, and hopefully I should get to you as quickly as I can. If you want to do that without having to talk to other people, because talking to people is scary, go ahead and join the YouTube membership program, and then you should be able to automatically join the Discord anyway. Last thing, I still have a lot of time coming up for coaching. So if you're interested in getting better at competitive 40k, if you want to go over your list or go over some of your previous games and you're trying to improve your competitive side of the game, let me know. Best way to do that is, again, hit me up through Discord and we can talk about what it is that you're looking for and how I can best help you. So for that, that is all. I will see you guys all next week. I'm going to try. Oh, before I do that, I'm probably going to try and do a what do you call it? Match review of Chatel's final game versus Necrons. So be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna try and do that in the next couple of days. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.